Hi, I'm Carl and welcome to Festool TV. When operating the plunge saw with the FS guide rail system, you must calibrate the saw and rail before making your first cut. To do this, simply rest the saw on the rail. Using the two green cams located on the base of the saw, tighten one at a time to eliminate play and sideways movement. This is a fine adjustment. Ensure there is no play and the saw still slides freely along the FS guide rail. This should be occasionally checked and the process should be repeated with each new rail or when the splinter strip on the rail has been changed. Now set the saw to roughly 6mm in depth and trim the splinter strip on the rail. Now calibrated, the splinter strip will ensure cuts are splinter free every time and provides an exact point of where the blade will cut. Simply line the splinter strip up with the cut measurement marks for exact cutting. Let's make a cut in this 40mm kitchen worktop. Plunge cutting couldn't be simpler. First, set the saw to maximum depth and align the rail with your cut line. Lower the viewing window onto the material surface. This mark on the saw casing identifies the start point of the plunge cut, and this mark on the viewing window marks the end point. It will sometimes be necessary, especially when plunge cutting, that a splinter-free cut is required on both sides of the cut. This is where Festool's patented splinter guard system really has added benefits. By removing the viewing window, the splinter guard for the right-hand side of the cut can be installed and tightened into position. The plunge cut exit mark is still found here. Let's make the plunge cut. Complete splinter-free cutting is now achieved. This green splinter guard is a consumable item and must be replaced when worn and when cutting at different depths. One is supplied with the saw and replacements can be purchased in packs of 5. Guide stops can also be added when plunge cutting for exact cut lengths and repetitive cutting. Bevel cutting is quick and accurate. At the front and rear of the plunge saw, you will find 2 adjustment points. Simply release the locking point and the angle of cut can be now adjusted between 0 and 45 degrees. The plunge saw can also be set to overcut when needed to 47 degrees by pulling the angle release button on the rear angle adjustment point. Perfect for making mitered joints meet. At the opposite end, a -1 degree cut can also be achieved by operating the same release point at the rear of the angle adjustment and this green lever here on the front adjustment point. The -1 degree cut is ideal when joining flat or sheet materials and creates a great leading edge on internal doors. Remember, everything green on a Festool tool usually has a function or setting change. The 2 release points will reset automatically when the tool is returned between 0 and 45 degrees. The saw's pivot points mean that no angle cut is transferred to the splinter strip. So even after angle cutting, you can return to 0 degree splinter-free cutting without the need to change the splinter strip. Changing the blade couldn't be easier. Remove the power source. Ensure the depth setting is greater than 25mm on the FS scale. Raise the lever and plunge the saw action. This will then lock the saw in the correct place for access to the bolt and automatically lock the spindle of the tool. Simply locate the hex key, which is stored in the handle on the corded tool and under the fast fix lever on the cordless. Undo and remove the bolt and counter flange to free and remove the blade. Insert the blade and reapply the counter flange and bolt. Return the hex key to its storage position. And release the fast fix lever. The blade is changed and the saw ready to use. And of course, one of the biggest benefits to purchasing Festool tools is warranty all-inclusive. 3 years free of charge service and repairs. This includes batteries and chargers, 3 years theft protection cover and a 10-year spare parts guarantee. Register your purchase within 30 days via your My Festool account, either online at festool.co.uk or by downloading the Festool Work app to your smartphone. I look forward to you joining me next time where I'll be presenting the kickback stop technology, which is incorporated within the TSC 55 KEB. Thank you for watching Festool TV.